be excellent to each other and party on. We're back for another Legacy League, and today we're playing Black-Green Loam Pox. This is an oldie but goodie. It is not like a tier tournament deck, but it is so fun to play because you imprison your opponent. You strip their hand with Liliana. You strip their lands with Wasteland and Life from the Loam. And you strip their creatures with effects like Smallpox, Shieldred's Edict, and Momentum Breaker. Let's read this one. This card is awesome. So 1 colorless, 1 black. Start your engines. When this enchantment enters, each opponent sacrifices a creature or vehicle of their choice. And if they can't, they discard a card. So this is a guaranteed 1-for-1, which is great. Traditionally, you're holding like some Edic effect, and your opponent doesn't have any creatures out, and you're just, I can't cast this. But you can always cast it and at least trade for a card in your opponent's hand, and that lends itself well to our game plan of getting them hellbent and keeping them hellbent. So the Wasteland recursion is the main way we just stall out the game and win through Urza Saga, and we have a backup win con in Retro Founder. We can also go after their basics with Ghost Quarter if we want to be real meanies. So the sideboard is a transformational sideboard where we take out the Pox if we're up against like Doomsday or some semi-creatureless deck, and we just bring in Baragoyf. They're not going to have any creature removal because our deck's creatureless, right? Nope, we got Baragoyf now. We've also got Ley Lines for graveyard strategies, Toxic Deluge for go wide strategies, Disruptor Flutes for just like general combo, like Painter and stuff like that. We've got a Haywire Might as the silver bullet we can fetch off of Urza Saga, and 2 Force of Vigors. These are so good against Painter, against a lot of the big mana decks. I'm excited. See you in round 1. Round 1, we're up against Blog Boy. Check out his blog. And we have an okay hand. They are likely on Sneak and Show. So I think our strategy is to just keep smallpoxing just to get rid of their lands and hope that we mana screw them. This is not a great hand. I think we can do better than this. I want a Thoughtseize. Okay, this is an awesome hand. So we've got Life from the Loam and we've got Ghost Quarter. Let's take a look at their list and see how many lands they usually play. They have 2 islands that we could, so we would have to Ghost Quarter them a few times. And they'd be kind of ramping and ignoring us for the most part. So Ghost Quarter is not the greatest. I think we just put back we could put like Witherbloom Command. Do they play just Defense Grid? It doesn't actually matter because we don't have counters. Yeah, I think we put back Witherbloom. And if they're on something else, I'll feel embarrassed. Swamp. Okay, they're not on that. Thoughtseize. Okay. They're probably going to take our Thoughtseize. That's the only thing that really makes sense to take here. Yep. All right, well, I'm just going to Loam. Okay, that's pretty good. I will discard this. Please don't have a Force, by the way. That would really blow me out. I guess it only blows me out for a turn, huh? I guess I just Ghost Quarter them just for the heck of it. This could go get an island, which they could use to daze me. This could blow up really badly, but I want to get all 3 lands back because I'm a greedy bastard. They could just get another swamp. Okay, that's fine. And it's possible I don't know what instance they would have that they'd be using right here. So like Hymn to Torok, like a lot of classic black cards are off now. It'll be interesting to learn more about the deck. Mono black aggro is like really strong right now. Mishra's Factory, okay. We're in the mirror. Holy cow, Karn, okay. Karn's good. Karn locks us out of using our Mox Diamonds actually. It's really good. Oh my goodness. How the tables turn. Ghost Vacuum, all right. So we are going to, get Loam back before they Ghost Vacuum it. We'll get one more use of it. Wow. Not good. I'm not going to lie. This is like a catastrophic situation. We can at least surveil. I did not expect Karn against our double Mox. So we're starting the league off with a bang, even if it's coming from the other side of the table. Yeah. You want to Thoughtseize my Loam? That's fine. They know that's the only card that's in my hand. Now they're going to Ghost Vacuum it out. That's okay. Yeah, I mean, I think they've won this game. I don't think it really matters that much. Sure, you can blow up my useless Moxen. I'm never going to be able to get rid of that, I don't think. I guess I could find a Shieldred's Edict. I'm not going to surveil. I don't want to get my land wasted. I'm probably just going to get a Swamp. Holy cow! Holy cow, that's so freaking lucky. Oh my goodness. All right. Bye, Karn. You were a pain in the butt. Okay. And I mean, they're not going to actually find anything to put under this meaningful because we don't have any creatures in our deck. Maybe they have creatures in their own. They're going to start attacking with Mishra's Factory. Sure. I don't know how many swamps they have, but we can just turn this, into a swamp, and if we need to take the pressure off. Holy cow, that's good. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and hit that, and then I'll Lily. It sucks to do this. Yeah, they get a swamp here. You have more swamps, right? Okay, yeah, I figured you did. Okay, so Lily will come down, but at least she's not going to get attacked next turn. And then we'll get a asymmetrical. Each player discards. Haha, no cards. I'm already hellbent. Come join me. They discard a smallpox. Yeah, this is crazy. I love the fact that we're playing a freaking pox mirror in 2025. I did not expect to queue into pox. Like, I almost never queue into pox. Certainly not when I'm pox. They have nothing. All right, great. We can just check their hand. I think it makes sense to do so. Yeah, I'll just plus first. No, I can't plus first. Oh, well, that was dumb. The first punt of the league. Okay, yeah, I could have taken another card from their hand. I mean, it wouldn't have been land because they didn't play a land. It's probably something good because they're gonna get their factory under there. I mean, they could Karn soon. If they have a Karn in hand, I'm screwed. What a punt on my part. Oh, don't I feel dumb. They can go get, they're not going to do anything? Okay. They just want to keep the loyalty high? They don't have anything to get out of their sideboard? Well, this is unfortunate. I will play it, but it's not going to do anything here. Let's get that last card out of your hand. It was an ensnaring bridge. I feel very confident that I threw this game away with that dumb, Liliana plussing on Thoughtseize. I am going to plus one more time, and then I'll separate their permanents. But they're probably not going to have anything in hand for much longer, unless they've got, like, reactive spells. This is almost certainly going to get wasted. Takenuma. So they're on the mono black version. Okay, they are going to go get something. It's probably just going to be, like, liquid modal coating, so they can start blowing up my land. Yeah, that's what they get. Okay. And technically, if they do that to Lily, I can't use Lily, I believe. Target permanent. Yeah, 'cause I believe these are considered activated abilities. This is their chance to liquid metal coat my Lily. They do. Momentum Breaker does nothing. Well, it gets that card out of their hand. I'll cast it. Not going to wait around. Okay, so yeah, I think we are super duper dead. Crucible of Worlds. Okay, it's kind of good that we got that out. We've been getting lucky with making discard stuff. Gosh, if only we discarded that Karn. Gosh, I think we'd be winning. Instead, they can just blow up our lands. Yeah, and even if I'm minus, it's probably not going to be good enough. Because I have to draw a land every turn. I don't have green anymore because of Karn. Karn is just like a mirror breaker. Absolute mirror breaker. Move over, Kiki Jiki. My opponent said, oops. I think they said that when I failed to Thoughtseize them. Because that would totally make sense. Just rubbing it in that I punted so hard. I need to scrub this video from the internet. Why am I uploading this? Okay, bye, Mox. That's actually not that big of a deal because I couldn't use it. What can we draw here? Another Shield's Edict for the win? Yep, they're shutting that off. We really need the Shield's Edict. Momentum Breaker does nothing here. I'm not even going to discard it. Wow, we're so screwed. Do they not know they can blow up my permanents? They're afraid that I'm going to hit half their cards. I don't even think that's a big a deal. What would I do? I'd put all your lands in one pile and this other stuff in the other? This Pox would be bad here for me. Shield's Edict? Sure. I will sacrifice the Planeswalker that I was never going to get to use. I am going to respond. I'll float. Now I think the game is over. Because we're never going to have the mana to sacrifice this and gain a life, I guess. Trying to think of what we could draw here. Just completely destroyed due to my own punt. I think we handily win that. All right. So in the mirror, which I did not, map out beforehand when I was thinking about this matchup, Beargoyf. Is Beargoyf good? I think Beargoyf is good because they're creatureless. So we just take our Smallpox. I mean, it is... Smallpox is probably better on our side of the table than theirs. Haywire Might seems good. They probably don't even use their graveyard, based on what I saw. Like, other than, like... yeah, we take it as a Spell Bomb. I mean, Disruptor Flute's pretty good. We can actually Disruptor Flute Karn when he's on the stack, if we need to. So we can take out a lot of the creature removal stuff. which we don't actually have that much creature removal stuff. I can take out these momentum breakers. Generally, when you bring in Barrow, you want to take out Smallpox. Maybe we want to do that. Like, their deck is designed to have tons of land. Then we can bring in these Force of Vigors, which, I mean, we did see artifacts. It's just that they weren't able to cast them for the most part, but they are in there. Witherbloom Command seems really strong. They may bring in Leyline of the Void, but that's not a big deal. We're not going to be able to waste them out of the game because they have so many swamps. I think one card, yeah, this is fine. This is a keep. Let's see if they have the Leyline. They mulled a 6. Molt aggressively into that Leyline, Blog Boy, please. I need a break. After, man, I'm going to be, yeah, there's the Leyline. That's fine. We have so many cards that it's not even that big of a deal. We can Rumble for no value. Is there any risk in putting this diamond out? I don't think so. They do have Wastelands. I think I probably want to get my basics. Yeah. There's a very good chance we get Thoughtseized or Hymned or something here. So I got a basic Swamp here. I'm going to Mox. It pains me to Rumble into the Abyss, but I think it is fine to do. Bin the Bayou, because Mortuary, has theoretical value. We are getting one of the mana back. Barrow Goyf, get in my belly. Yeah, I think that's a better take than Mox, given that they're on a Karn deck. Okay, and now we pass. Well, currently, he's a 0-1, but that'll change. We're going to Lily next turn, assuming they don't Thoughtseize us. Assuming they don't Thoughtseize us. I actually think they're going to be more worried about Lily than Barrow here. Okay, they disagree. Well, I'm going to just... I'm going to keep this out here just to defend Lily for a turn if I need to. I'm going to go get a Forest. I think Ghost Quarter is a very safe pitch. And then we still have some optionality next turn. I would have probably just taken Ghost Quarter out completely. It's pretty bad against their deck. It's like a terrible Wasteland. Okay, Pithing Needle. That's unfortunate. We do have 3 Witherbloom commands that we're drawn to. And other Underground Mortuary should accelerate that. There's their second land. Spellbomb. That's fine. They can draw through that. I'm not playing Bowmaster. In one of my other lists, I am playing Bowmaster. It's pretty good. All right. I think we just have to hope. We have to hope they don't have a Wasteland. I am going to play this out. I think it's correct to do so. And now we have a game plan if they stall out. Correct their Spellbomb. Can they find the Wasteland in time? They couldn't have Leyline and Wasteland and Thoughtseize in the same... All right. Castle Lockthwain. Cool card. I think it's a really cool card. The fact that it taps for black yeah, like being able to draw cards incidentally through a land, I love it. I think I've got like 1 or 2 of these in one of my other Pox lists. Okay, we got lucky. We drew Barrow. I do think we go with the Construct plan. Let's think about this. So we could play this out and just see what's on top. We're going to need to do something here. Barrow's probably safer on the table. I do want to keep that there. Now that I've got that there, I think I'm going to go ahead and just Barrow. Because I would be so sad if they discarded the Barrow. And if they have like some sort of discard effect or like a edit type effect, we've got an Eldrazi spawn. Yep, they get the Barrow. Okay. We have another Urza Saga coming, so we're going to be doing the Construct Parade, assuming they're not some mad lad who plays more than one Pithing Needle. Their own Lily, well, she doesn't do anything except die when I attack her, which I'm going to do post haste. Okay. Let's go ahead and create this token. I'm just going to go with the Thopter Foundry as a backup win con. Haywire Might. Actually, do we even care about the Pithing Needle? The Pithing Needle is keeping them back. I think Retrofitter Foundry is more impactful. And I can even create a Thopter this turn. Let's play this out. And we will pass. We're on the Express Elevator. So they can castle if they get another land. But they don't really have a lot else going on. Servos in. I'm just going to keep creating servos. If they have like some, wrath type effect, that's fine. I don't think it's worth leveling these up. Force of Vigor. Oh, yeah. That is so cracked here. And I can cast it. All right. I'm going to take a turn off from making... And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to... Yeah, do this. And then I attack Lily. Yeah. Green, green, black. All right. Buy needle. Buy ley line. Oh, wait, did I not pay the green? Okay, I need to type correctly. So my big dramatic bye-bye thing didn't work out after all. Okay, so let's go boom, boom, boom. That's huge. Now, let's go ahead and attack Lily. Make sure this goes through. I think I'll attack her with this too. Wait, they could have Bowmasters. I guess I'm just going to live in that world if they want to block her. Yeah, with Bowmasters. She's down. All right. Let's go up. All right, I'm feeling it. I feel like last game, this is my redemption round. My deck is giving me the goods. Their deck is not giving them the goods, apparently. They don't even have the mana for Castle Locthwain. All right, let's go ahead and crank a construct here. Now we can search for the Nile Spellbomb, just in case they do use their yard for something that I don't know about. Actually, I'm just going to get a Mox Diamond. That might be greedy. I could have gotten the Haywire Mite, but like, I think I want to be able to create lots of creatures here. And I can even do that right now. Boom, boom. Let's go ahead and create another creature. Did I pay too much? No, I chose the wrong one. Sorry, my excellent friends. I am struggling. Create a 1/1 colorless servo artifact for 2 mana. Okay, and now I'll just pay 2 mana. All right, so we're hitting them for 7. Next turn, they are very, very dead. Go ahead and make them discard a card. Yeah, the only card I think that could help them here, Children's Edict. Yeah, that's fine. Bridge is in their graveyard. I don't think they have a way to bring it back. That could keep them alive for a few turns. We would eventually find Boseiju and get rid of that, or another Force of Vigor. I think this sideboard strategy is working. I didn't see a reason to bring in Nile Spellbomb. I think Haywire Mite's superior. I like to keep my... I mean, we've already got 4 Mox in, and it's not embarrassing to just go get a Mox late game. You're always struggling on mana, especially if Loam is working. You're getting like lots of land, but you're not necessarily making multiple land drops. I do think that the Loam Pox version is favored over the traditional Pox. So I'm going to consider like myself losing to be me not playing well. Not that... Like that I've beaten myself through my own incompetence, if that makes sense. Yeah, I'll keep this Loam hand with an Urza Saga. Dark Ritual. Barrow. That's fine. We can deal with him. It is a little scary. Another Loam. Okay, well, we can Loam. So I think we want to get the Urza Saga going. Mox. We will discard one of these Bayous. No, wait. Yeah. And then I'm just going to Loam it back. Hopefully they don't have a Surgical or something like that. I've been saying for a long time that I don't think Surgical is a legacy playable card anymore because it just doesn't work effectively against Oopsal spells. This is fine. So that does not grow the Goyf. The Goyf is going to be hitting for 2. Factory. So we can create our first construct next turn. Let's see how many... they don't have a lot of creatures in their deck. Oh, they did get lucky and hit a creature. That's good for them. Yeah, I would be surprised if they have more than like 6 or 8 creatures in their entire deck. I don't think we Loam here. I just want to take organic draws. There we go. That's good. All right, they are tapped out. They can't stop the Shieldred Edict here. I think I need to give them the Edict, and then I can just Surveil. Let's do it. And then we don't even really care about Bowmaster. Oh, wait, they can... Yeah, he's still a... Yeah, it's a non-token. Oh, damn. I didn't think about that. I did not think about that. That's so strong. Yeah, I think we just lost the game. Damn it. Sorry, my excellent friends. I don't know. There might have been some timing where I could have done it. Like, maybe they attack with both, or they put the trigger on the stack. They could do it again. Technically, if they had 2 lands, but they would have been able to Bowmaster here. So it would have been pretty bad. Like, I don't think we were winning this game. Like, frankly, like turn 1 Beargoyf, that does flip. They flipped another Beargoyf. Okay. I'm not conceding, but like I'm basically conceding. Like, I think I'm going to take a draw. Unless I'm like missing some. We don't have any like creature removal in our deck other than the Shieldred's Edict. I think that's literally the only creature because I didn't expect them to juke so hard. That's going in the yard. Like, I guess if we draw our own, that is kind of something we can do, but they have 2 of them. So they will outmuscle us. Mox Diamond would be an okay draw here. I'm not going to do the Loam thing. We got another Loam. Good game. Yeah, sorry, my excellent friends. Can't win them all. Round 2, we're up against an unknown opponent. We got a heater of a hand if they are playing non-basics. We can just go to Hellbent pretty quickly with this. Yeah, this is a Smallpox hand. Hopefully they open like land Mana Dork. Land. Fetch. Where's the Mana Dork? Come on. Play the creature that I can kill. Oh, no! Not this deck. This is really good against us. Okay, well, at least we can get rid of that. But if they find Loam before we do, that's probably game. So Smallpox is not a good play here. I think I just play this land out. I'm not going to... Well, no, I can't give away the fact that I'm on Pox. Because that might change... Well, I guess I could. I'm going to hold the Mox. I'm not going to play it yet. I'm just going to waste this. Do they have crop rotation too? Is that what we're seeing here? They don't have green. Okay, never mind. They could have a Spirit Guide. I'm just going to chill. I'm going to try to lull them into complacency. Because Wasteland, that's like 60% of the format as a Wasteland. They know nothing about what we're doing. Crazy that we're getting 2 kind of like lands-based strategies in a row when everybody is normally playing oops all spells. Blast Zone. Okay. Ancient Tomb. I'm thinking this Ghost Quarter is probably a good thing to pitch to Mox Diamond here. We'll see what they do. If they play like that creature, hopefully they play a creature. Smallpox is definitely coming out against the no creatures deck. Yeah, it looks like they don't have any creatures. Wonder what they have in their hand. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, I think we just play at the Wasteland and chill. And this may seem ridiculous, but I think our patience will eventually be rewarded. Because I am kind of worried that they have like crop rotation into... Well, no, they would need 2 different cards. I'm just going to trust that they're not going to produce a Merit Lage this turn cycle. Does it make sense to Momentum Breaker? I might do that next turn. Because Momentum Breaker does... Like if they main phase like a Construct or something like that, we can get it. Main phase Merit Lage after crop rotating. You know you want to. There's the Dark Depths. There's the Lava Spur Boots. Are you going to crop rotate and kill me now? No? Alright. I was getting really excited. And by excited, I mean terrified. Exciting can be a negative word too. It's used by... terrifying used to be like positive. Such terrifying power. Retrofitter does create chump blockers. Actually, I think... do we do this? It seems so weak. So weak. Yeah, I'm going to keep it. Just because, like... Frankly, it's not like land number 20. That's a reason to keep it. Okay. So here's what I think we do. I think we play out the Wasteland so they can't go for it. And we're not going to use it. And then what I can do is I can also play a Mox Diamond. I'll just discard... I'll discard this Bayou. Because Ghost Quarter can also hit it. Like if they... take a turn to go get like they can blow that up with Blast Zone if they want to, but they would have blown up a lot of their stuff too. Yeah, I'm not too worried about them doing that. I don't think that'd be likely. So far we've been lucky and they haven't drawn Life from the Loam, but that could change at any moment. Rishodon Port, so they could port our Wasteland. A good reason to play out the Ghost Quarter. We'll go ahead and create our first Thopter, then our second one, or this can create a Thopter next turn, and we'll have a blocker. This is going to be a chess match. Okay, Momentum Breaker number 2. That's fine. I'm going to play this out, and I'm just going to pass. So we do have a blocker, and they don't know that we have Momentum Breakers. So, like, if they do get this in play, this doesn't target or anything, we will be able to remove it, and we will be able to annoy the heck out of them. Like 2 times in a row. We also have Smallpox, of course. Ghost Quarter. Oh, yeah. All right. These Fox mirrors. This isn't technically Fox with their plan, but it's very similar. Okay, so I think what we want to do here is just go ahead and create a second one. Create a flyer, dude. They probably don't have Shadow Spear, so they probably can't give Trample, so we're probably safe. Okay. And there's no point in untapping it. I'm not going to create like a big dude. I'm going to be very patient here. Are they going to go for it now? Please. Beseiju who endures. Okay. Well, we still get the dude. And I will go get a land. Thanks for ramping me, friend. I'm going to get this forest. Now I'm going to get a swamp. Okay, so now we have our Thopter. Just hangs out there. Not going to be doing a lot. Untap. Oh, they're going to port us. That is fine. Rumble. I'm going to go fetch a forest. I shouldn't have fetched a forest. Yeah. I'll just go ahead and... Yeah, I shouldn't have made my land drop is what I meant to say. I'm going to go get a forest, though. Rumble. Liliana is quite good. We can't cast her this turn cycle. I think we just take the Urza Saga. Yeah, I'll take the Urza Saga. Liliana doesn't actually do a lot because our opponent's already hellbent, and yeah, I wish I could play the Urza Saga this turn instead of, the forest. My opponent said, "You are playing Loam Box?" Question mark. Yes, I am. But I don't want to tell them that because they're fishing for information. If somebody ever asked you, "Oh, I can't believe you're playing this," like, "Oh, or you're playing that," like, just say, "I'm not going to give you that information until after we finish the game." That is the correct thing to do in my humble... Okay. So we're just going to chill. I like how they spelled you, like yoo-hoo, like the drink. Yoo-hoo. If you want to see a great movie, oh man, this movie's awesome. It's called like Nice Guys or something like that. And it's got Russell Crowe, and he like gets addicted to drinking yoo-hoo. He's like this gangster, like enforcer type guy. Okay, so Urza Saga comes out. They can technically like start tapping it down. I'm just going to chill. You might say, well, like, why not cast at least one Momentum Breaker? I mean, we probably could actually and start creeping up in life. Okay, they're Ghost Ordering. Yeah, there's not really any reason to tap it. I'll just go... I'll use the ability. Let's go get a Swamp. The first person who finds the Loam wins, I think. I think that's how this matchup's going to go. We've got 4 Loams. I'm playing the full 4. A lot of people play like 1 or 2 in their Loam Box 6. No, you play 4. That is the correct number. All right, Maze of Ith. Another card I genuinely don't really care about. Man, this is definitely going to go to time. Oh my goodness. Another Pox that I don't want to cast because I need to keep my material. Yep. I wish we had a second one of these. I need to probably add a second one. It's come several times where I've just been sitting here like, man, I really wish I had a second Surveil land. I can't really have 6, unfortunately, because they could just create the token and equip it and attack, and like, I need to be ready with my deck. If they tap off of green for some reason, Sylvan Library, that's an annoying card too. Yeah, they have tons of life to work with over there. I think we're at the fetch the thin fetch the thin stage of the game. Like, I don't have any brainstorms or anything. I'm just gonna go get a land. We are really just looking for those Urza Sagas now, and they can answer one of them. Loam gets our Urza Saga back too, so we just need a Loam. Clocks are almost exactly even. Beseiju. I think I just Beseiju this. I don't want them getting even more cards. Let me know if you think that was a mistake. I guess I could have technically done it later. No idea what they have in hand, but I don't want to use these Momentum Breakers. I think there's a high likelihood that they have Tabernacle, which is a card that I refuse to play because it's too annoying. Also, I wouldn't like to pay that much money for a Tabernacle. That's another issue. Yeah, I think we just chill. I could be technically attacking them, but this hits for 1. I don't think it's worth it. Just another layer of insulation. Come on, go for it. I need you to go for it, and then I need to draw Loam and win. Okay, they're tapping that down too. I'm going to let them do this. Do you have the crop rotation for the stage? Yes. Go ahead and do it. You also need to have the ability to somehow clear my Thopter. Do you have that as well? That's fine. It does not have trample. Do you have an answer to my flyer? Well, if that's all you got, I have bad news for you. That thing is dying. Let's do it. Breaker. Gosh, they still got cards in hand. I think it's correct to just chill. I don't want to use my... I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I think we just sit here. If they find the freaking Loam, the game's over. I'll scoop the Loam. Exploration 2. Okay, that doesn't matter. The only card that matters is Life from Loam. Catacombs. I don't even... Yeah, I do technically have fetchables in my deck. I'm going to play at the Mox. I could fetch the Thin, but I like having the Mox up. I've got so many of these. I think I'm just going to go ahead and do it. Just to force them to discard a card. Let's see what they have. They had a Mox. Okay, they probably have another Mox. Is it worth just doing this, probably. I've got lots of these. They are lower in lands than I am. Maybe I'm getting too impatient here. I have to sack my spawn. I'll sack, or I'll discard the, I'll do it like that. Maybe they start to get low enough in land that it matters. I don't know. This feels like a terrible matchup. Yeah, we'll sack the, this. Okay, so they had 2 Moxen in hand. So now I can crack this for more life if I need to. Actually, I should have held... No, wait, I've got 2 of them. So, if I get this all the way up, I can crack it and I can survive a hit. Okay, they're tapping that. That's fine. The fact that I can't F6 is kind of like tilting me a little bit. All right, another Wasteland. They do have a card in hand. I think we just hold. Each of these Wastelands represents a layer of insulation. Each of their Rishadan port represents a layer of insulation for them. If you're like an experienced Pox player and you're watching this and you think that I'm making mistakes here with the way I'm sequencing or something, Tabernacle, yeah, not a great card in the mirror. The pseudo mirror. Come on, Loam! Lily. Well, I'm going to play her. It makes sense to... No, I have to play her first. We'll just do this just to get one of their lands, I guess. I'll just sack this Bayou here. We're almost fully leveled up. Now they have to hit us in 1 turn, but that's easy for them to do with the Lava Spore Boots. We can gain exactly enough life to be at 1 if they somehow pull that out. But they're going to need 2 cards to do that. Wow, I can't believe they scooped. I can't believe they scooped because we had, like, either of us could have drawn Loam and won. Yeah, I think they misplayed in scooping. I think it was premature. Lily's not a big deal. Lily takes forever. But maybe they just got bored. I mean, frankly, I wouldn't fault them for just getting bored. Okay, so Smallpox comes out. That card's pretty bad. It's kind of anti our plan. Barragwave comes in. They are probably going to take all their anti-creature stuff out, which favors us. Leyline of the Void stops... Force of Vigor comes in. I think Disruptor Flute comes in. Shieldred's Edict is instant. Momentum Breaker feels super weak. It is a way to remove it, but it's like the weakest way to remove it. It does have parity with them, but they're going to have lands that they don't care about. I think we could take this out. That's 60 cards. We kept in our Witherblooms. Yeah, Witherbloom's really good in this matchup. Like, if we can start hitting Moxen, stuff like that. I'm not taking out a single land. Haywire Might's good. Yeah, Haywire Might is worth bringing in. You can even gain life, which is relevant. Oh, yeah, Thoughtseize. I think, actually, we take out all the Thoughtseizes. Those feel pretty bad. We can just bring back in Momentum Breaker. Again, it does take care of creatures and makes them discard, and it doesn't kill our blockers. Importantly, if we have like a blocker off Malevolent Rumble. The other option, of course, is just to bring in Leyline of the Void. I think, actually, you know what? I'm just going to bring it in. Like, we can cast it if we need to. I think that's better than Momentum Breaker. I'll just bring in 3. I think I'm going to take out one of the Lilies. I don't think she's that great. Okay, and now I can have 4. Let's do it. Yeah, Thoughtseize on the draw against a land strategy is pretty weak because there's a good chance they have nothing in hand that you can remove. Okay, this is a freaking hand. Look at that. Urza's Saga, Life from the Loam, the best card in our deck. Boseiju, really good. The threat is that they somehow waste lock us, but we can't get the green. No, they can't really waste lock us because we can waste lock ourselves. We can waste lock them if we find a wasteland. I'm trying to think if this is a keep. I think it is. I think the Loam pushes it over. Let's see if they have the Leyline. Keep in mind, we are going to be drawing a bunch of stinky Leyline of the Voids, but we can play them out. It's just a lot of mana. So the first turn is just going to be probably this Underground Mortuary stage. Okay, they could turbo us. That would be unfortunate. Another Loam. I'm going to do this, and I'm just going to hope we get a turn. We can Boseiju. Oh, that's a good card. Is that good enough? I think it is. Yeah, I'll keep it. If they don't immediately start destroying us, it's good. And I think we should probably keep anything but like lands there, because lands will get back with the Loam. If they try to waste lock us, it's not going to work because we can just go get a land for Loam. Okay, that's... All right, they dumped the Boseiju. Okay. No play. All right. Let's go. Let's go. I think we just play this Urza Saga out and we chill. And then we have Boseiju if anything catastrophic happens. They don't have any non-basics to copy with this. That's always a concern. Oh, they can copy our stage. If they do that, I'll probably just Boseiju it. Because I want to get rid of this anyway. Crop rotation, okay. Okay, so I think that happens, and now we do this. And now they don't get the sack. Okay, and they got a basic forest. That makes sense. Wow, dodged. That was terrifying. The old turn 2 end step Merit Lage. Yeah. Oh, Witherbloom. Witherbloom. You don't say. Let's do this. I think we hit Mox and we regrow the Boseiju. The other option is Barrow's already, he's only a 2/3. Yeah, I think if we hit the Mox, we cut them off their splash colors. And then we can mill ourselves and maybe find a Wasteland. I wish I could tap that for colored mana. Yeah, I'm just going to go like this. Green, black. Witherbloom. This will make our Loam next turn a little bit better if we choose to do that. So they kind of 2-for-1 themselves to get that Mox. We could have gained 2 life and then we wouldn't have to worry about dying instantly to a Merit Lage, but I don't think that's a winning strategy. Okay, they are going to do something here. Endurance, sure. Okay, so they still lose their Mox. Let's see if we flip a land. I'm pretty sure we will. We do! And we got a Barrow in there. Yeah, not bad. I mean, Barrow's going to be bigger when he arrives as a result of that. Barrow will be 5/6. In terms of getting stuff, I think I go get the Nile Spellbomb. They may waste this so we don't get the search. That's fine. I'm just going to fetch. Yeah, I'll just get a green source. I probably should have played out the Urza Saga for momentum. I think that was a misplay on my part. Now we have the basics, so we don't have to worry about getting wasted off of Life from the Loam. This deck does use a lot of mana, and you feel it. You definitely feel it. 6/7. Hope you still have some creature removal in your deck. And by hope you don't have some creature removal in your deck, I mean, I really hope you actually don't. Hope you do. Hope you don't. I don't even know what I'm saying. Okay, crop rotation. This is going to get Maze of Ith. Probably. But I think that's a losing battle because it doesn't even tap for land. Unless they're, like, if they assemble another Dark Depths, that would be scary. But I am going to gain life off this. Okay, they get their Urza Saga. You know what beats Urza Saga handily? Is freaking Barrogoyf. All right. This is already level 2. They can create the construct and next turn they can search. I'm not sure what they would get for Barrogoyf. Because they need to hit both of our graveyards is the thing. All right. Wasteland would probably be the best draw. Or I'd even probably take the Ghost Quarter just to wreck their Urza Saga. Do they not have a land? We're getting lucky. This is why you never go after exploration, in my humble opinion. You always go after something other than exploration. Exploration is not a good card, in my opinion. I really strongly considered playing it, and I just came to the conclusion this isn't playable in Legacy, I don't think. No, and outside of like a pure dedicated land strategy. And I think it is marginally playable in this deck that they're playing. I'm not saying they're making some mistake, but I don't think it's correct for Loampox. I'm not sure that anybody is saying that it is, but I'm just saying that is something I considered. And if you can think about how this game would be very different if we have an exploration out, for sure. Okay. That's not what we wanted to see. I think we just Urza Saga and then we Loam. I do think we attack first. Because, like, if they... Yeah, I mean, like... Why wouldn't we attack? It'll make our Loam a lot better. I should have freaking attacked before I played that out, just in case I found a Wasteland. Okay, they're just going to take it. That is so good for us. Can we find another Barrow? He's a 7/8. We don't get anything back, but I'm not complaining. There's the Wasteland we wanted. I might actually Loam twice. I think that's greedy, though. Wasteland, land, fetch. Yeah, I think we want to keep the Loam in our hand in case they have, another endurance. All right, and we will pass. They can definitely hit us with these Urza Sagas constructs, but they're not going to be that big because we cleared their Mox. So they're only going to get 1. Actually, they get 0. They get 0. I'm not sure what they're going to find. They scoop. Wow. My opponent is very chill. They're like really down to see the list. They're clearly excited about Loampox. So shout out to every IGN I want is taken. I have no idea what IGN means. I think it's like in-game name or something like that. See you in round 2, round 3. All right, round 3. We meet again, dear wife. I have absolutely no idea what you're playing. I think this hand is okay. It's got Loam, Ghost Quarter Luck, which probably doesn't matter. But if they're on like 12 posts or something, it actually is potentially game breaking for me to like hit their lands every turn if they don't have any basics. Momentum Breaker might stop some early aggression. We don't have any turn 1 play, but I'm going to keep it just on the strength of Loam. Trop. Ponder. Definitely getting a Beanstalk vibe. They did shuffle, so I was going to say if they kept, it might make sense to actually Ghost Quarter them and force them to choose whether they want to go get the land or keep the top card. All right, Lily. Some action. So this is just a very simple end-step fetch in my mind. My opponents have been super chill, friendly. And I think a lot of that is because, like, at least this league, like, it's been fair gamers. I feel like combo gamers feel like they get owed the win sometimes, and they'll get like kind of salty. But like fair gamers are usually more chill, and they're just like trying to have fun, accrue some value and stuff. Okay, so we already have a Loam. We could just Loam for 3. And it doesn't seem like a bad play, but actually, it doesn't accomplish anything because we have to discard. We've already got 8 cards in our hand. I think rumbling is fine. I'm gonna rumble. I'm going to get the Forest just in case they have, like, main deck Harbingers or something crazy like that. I don't think that's likely, but I've got so much black, I'm not worried about it. And then we can Rumble. And then they're going to see, like, a ton of our deck. But it's okay. We'll have the extra mana to play Tommy next turn. Gosh, what do we take here? I think we actually take... Retrofitter is good against control decks. But like they have Prismatic Ending, it doesn't really do anything. I think we just take the... I think we take the Lily, because everything else... Yeah, I don't care about the Retrofitter that much. I'll just take the Lily. And they won't know that I have a second one, so maybe they'll force that one, and then we'll have a second one. I don't know. It's so much mana. Like, this deck is just choked on mana constantly because you're spending mana for everything. Like, I haven't even bothered playing Life from the Loam because I'm so gated on lands. Maybe I do need to play Endurance, or Exploration. Brainstorm. My opponent's taking their time over there. Probably assembling the perfect Beanstalk hand. Yep, perfect Brainstorm. Okay, they're on at least 4 colors. Loam? Oh my goodness. This is going to be a long game. Can you believe it? Like 2 Loam decks back to back. And then a Pox deck right before that. Okay. So I do not think Lily's going to be worth a damn. I don't think this Wasteland's worth a damn. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing to be done here. Unfortunately, we can play the Lily and just start making them discard. I think it's a better game plan than not doing it, not playing her. She's a game piece. She can be used to, like, you know. Okay, they're forcing it. That's great. I'll take it. Okay, they pitched a bargain for that. So I'm just going to do it again next turn. But I think unless you've got, like, I don't know why you're going to care about her. Leyline Binding. We're going to be really good post-board, I'll tell you that. I don't think we're strong pre-board, but post-board, we're going to be in a strong position. Okay, so I'm going to definitely Mox here. And I think we Lily first, just in case they have, like, Spell Pierce or something. I don't think we need this land. I could be wrong. Let's just go ahead and go for... Let's see. We haven't played a land yet, so we can do that. I don't think it's good. We start... Oh, wait. They have 3 green sources? I'm going to go ahead and just do this. I think this will force them to play the Bowmasters they almost certainly have in their hand. And then I can just kind of use this for mana. Okay, they don't have it in their hand. Interesting. Well, let's go ahead and do this. So I've already played my land. I don't really want to use this, but I will. For Life from the Loam. And if they counter it, it's not a big deal. Okay, she's in. What's plus? I'm just going to discard my Loam. Wait. Maybe I want to discard the Ghost Quarter and keep the Loam safe. Yeah, I'll do that. I'm not super happy with my play here. I'm pretty sure there was like a tighter way to do this. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and do this now. Let's get Wasteland for sure. I might need a Forest So I'll get this Verdant Catacombs, and then I'll just go get the Bayou, whatever. Okay. Okay, and they do have Endurance, which is a bummer. Endurance can't kill Lily, but yeah. So this goes to the graveyard. I can just flip it next turn. Yeah, and had I had that blocker around, I could have protected Lily a little bit better. Now they could, attack and ping her, and that would do it. Momentum Breaker is going to be terrible if they have Bowmasters. They don't have black currently. So they need to, so they can go fetch black here. Merc. Yeah, that's a good card. Okay. So, let's say hypothetically, we just didn't loam, and we drew a second out. Oh. Okay, I think you just picked up this conversation with my mother-in-law. Sorry about that. So, if we loam, is there any out? I don't think there is. I think we need to... Let's see. They're definitely going to be able to kill Lily. Okay, let's take a look at our exile. Like, everything's in our deck. So we have 4... Oh, we have Pox. We've got a lot of stuff. No, I'm not gonna draw this card. Or I'm not gonna dredge. Let's draw it. Come on. Yes! Yes! Did you see that? That was sick. Okay, black. Colorless. Momentum Breaker. Sacrifice a creature. So buy Endurance. Now, black, Smallpox. Sacrifice another creature. Do you have a force? Holy cow, we're in! Oh my goodness. Can you believe that? That just feels freaking exhilarating. Yeah, I'll just sack the swamp. Okay. And then we can plus Lily, and we're like right back in the driver's seat. Don't let anybody tell you to give up on your dreams. You two can essentially double edict your opponent and completely flip the game if you get a lucky top deck. All right, I'm just sharing with my opponent like how lucky that was. Okay. So my opponent has loamed, and I shall also loam, because why not? I'm about to... okay, so let's go ahead and start with the black-green loam. We'll just get back a single swamp, I guess. Then we play it, and then we Lily. Plus. And Lily's got like a sack charge on her bow now. It's pretty awesome. Feeling good. Like, Bowmasters would definitely wreck me. But aside from that, I think we're doing all right. This has been a fun league. We're only halfway through. Beanstalk. All right. And now we're looking for Witherbloom. It's Uro? What are we doing for green and blue? Don't tell me you have a second. Okay. Just doing that. Yeah. I lost track of that being the last card in their hand. Okay. I am going to just loam here. We don't need to do anything else. We just need to find wastelands. Did we not hit anything? Well, that sucks. But I mean, our deck doesn't owe us. So there's plus here. We'll discard our loam. They discard a card. We'll pass. If they have an endurance, they can attack this down quite a bit. Merc would be the scariest thing they could do here. I would love to find my spell bomb. Mortuary. Yeah, Lily's not actually accomplishing much. If we ultimate her, it will be good though. And I'll probably just ultimate her the moment I can, rather than waiting. I am going to loam dredge again. We will eventually find a Urza Saga. There it is. Okay, so I'm going to do that. We'll plus here. We'll pass. Yeah, my opponent said the battle for dredging for a wasteland versus dredging for a saga. That's essentially the struggle. They did find the wasteland, so they can do that, but they're not doing anything else this turn if they want to take my Urza Saga. And I need to look at the log and see whether they're actually dredging. Yeah, they are dredging. So I do think this is going to be a wasteland. They're going to try to waste lock us, which makes perfect sense. But when we take half their permanents... All right. So we'll do this again. I'm just going to keep dredging. There's the Nile Spellman that I wanted. Yeah, they said, I think I'll lose this due to Lily, and I agree with you. I just got there first, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you should probably stop doing that, would be my assessment, and just try to draw naturally. You've got lots of live top decks. I mean, you've got a Beanstalk out, for crying out loud. And they have tons of cards in their hand, so this is probably the last time they shouldn't loam again, or they shouldn't dredge again, in my opinion. I don't actually know that like it's correct to ultimate her because she does represent 2. Yeah, they dredged again. I mean, they can build up a really big hand. Okay, they've wasted that. I'm gonna loam yet again. Eventually, I'm gonna get more than 1 land. There, 2 lands, 3 lands. Thankfully, there's a second main phase because I foolishly clicked through my first one. So I get double Saga here, and this Forest, I guess. I'll play a Saga, and I'm just going to plus on Lily, and I'll discard the Forest, and that way, even if they do hit the Urza Saga, I've got another one, and I can take a natural draw next turn if I want to. And at this point, I do think it might be worth just minusing her to take half my opponent's lands. It may not be necessary. The fact that they endurance me earlier has probably actually kept me alive. I probably would have like run out of cards by now. I don't know. That's probably exaggeration. They said it's Uro or bust. I mean, that may be true, but like I have lots of answers to Uro. I mean, I could just... I think there's a... should I... Yeah, I'll loan one more time. Have they found the Uro? They have not. So they probably have like 2 or 3. We've already used the Spell Bomb, unfortunately. So I'll just go Urza Saga, land. I'm not even sure if I have anything I can fetch. I won't bother getting that back. Okay. Let's play this out. I think I plus... Sorry, I know this isn't like the most engaging match to watch. Every time they play out a permanent or do anything, like Lily is getting charges. We are getting farther ahead with each iteration of this. Also, we are evening out the clocks, which is not nothing. Like just like tiny little increments. Like my turns are very quick. Their turns they have to think a little bit more. They did find Neuro, so they could actually leyline, or they could Loam, and then they could use the extra land drop to get a wasteland for my Urza Saga. They could do that. They do have blue, blue, green, green for Uro here. I can just kill Uro. Uro comes back. I can kill Uro again. And meanwhile, they've got so much mana. I think I need the ultimate. They'll be able to rebuild their stuff really quickly, though, with that Loam. Maybe I am not favored here. I am going to take an organic draw since I don't have the ley line. Okay, I'm going to take a draw. Okay, wasteland. All right. So we could minus, and we could look at their lands, and then we could take their green source. If I sneakily put all the green sources in one pile, they have to choose that and let everything else go. I could put all of them but one in that pile because they don't know that I'm about to waste them. And the goal, they've got 4 total. Yeah, I'm going to do it. So I do believe that it's likely that they do not have yet another green source in their deck. Green source, green source, green source. Maybe I'm a little more sneaky about it because I do have that wasteland. Yeah, I'll do it like that. Okay. And they are going to get to crack me a couple times with Uro. If they do have a 5th green source, like this just catastrophically falls apart. Okay, and they did what I expected them to do, which is not preserve a green source. Maybe I could have gotten a little greedier there. So Lily is definitely going down, and then we have Urza Saga, and we just have to hope to like get Urza Saga cracking. So once we get rid of Uro, they shouldn't be able to bring Uro back anymore. So they have to kill Lily here. And then one of our many effects that kills Uro should remove him from play. They're down to 14 cards. Okay, that land doesn't have green mana. This could be a Merc. Oh my goodness. If it's a Merc, like we probably actually are not going to catch up. They had it. They had another green source. Are they playing any non... okay. So we need to take a natural draw. Oh, but I want to get rid of that green source. Like, I don't think it matters. I think we're just dead. Because we could get the wasteland back, but we're going to take 14 and we can gain like 2. It doesn't really matter. And they can loam to rebuild their... what could we get? I'm going to scoop. I think we lost this one. It just slipped out of control. I'm not sure exactly what happened there. Leave a comment with the timestamp if there was like some inflection point where I needed to change my strategy. So this is definitely like a Life from the Loam strategy. A Leyline of the Void strategy. And I'm going to bring in these Force of Vigors too. Did we see... Yeah, they have Leyline Binding in there. There's They're probably going to have carpet. So I'm definitely bringing in these forces. And then they're going to take out a lot of their creature removal. We can, like I'm going to treat their deck as like I treat a creatureless deck. And I'm just going to take out the Poxes. They probably have like 6 creatures in the deck, like some mix of Murktides, Endurance, and Uros. If they're on like a semi-creatureless deck, it may make sense to take out Momentum Breaker. And just like they never get a creature on the table. I don't want to take Thoughtseize out. That's really powerful anti... I think we could take out Retrofitter, but like if they kill Urza Saga, then we're winning. Oh wait, we've got Baragwayf in. Yeah, I'll take out Retrofitter. Ghost Quarter seems good. I would venture that they only have like 1. We probably don't need 3 Liliana. Actually, she's fine because they're going to probably force the first one. I might take out a couple Barrows. Yeah, just have 2 Barrows. Okay. So we definitely want a Leyline start. Their deck is very dependent on their graveyard. This is a great hand. I'm going to just snap keep it. And then what we can do is we can Surveil, and the next turn we can Witherbloom and blow up. Wait, they're not going to bring in Carpet because we're not a blue deck. I'm so used to being a blue deck. Why would they bring in Carpet against the non-blue deck? But we can bake some beans with this. It's just that it's not a turn 2 play. It's like a turn 3 play. All right, and we are both struggling with clock, but me even more so. So I'll play this out, and I'll pass. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and Surveil. I'm going to assume our opponent doesn't have any non-basic hate other than like a Wasteland. And even if they have Wasteland, they're not going to be able to recur it. See if we can find a Loam. There we go. So good. I'm just going to dredge this. Yeah, I mean, that was like the perfect card. Okay, and now we can just Loam and get like 3 lands back. It's fabulous. Absolutely fabulous, like the TV show. I never watched it, but I always saw commercials for it on Comedy Central. All right, we are firmly in the driver's seat here. Let's close this game. It's going to take a while to close. I can F6 through the turns. So ATP is not only like a pop song, for K-pop song, but it's also at this point, I think is what that means. I haven't seen that before. Okay. Yeah, let's dredge. Okay. Another Loam. Not bad. There's a Wasteland. Yeah, I think we just Loam Wasteland. See if they want to force that. But I do think it's correct to just go after the blue. If they want to, like, Endurance, yeah, perfect. That is perfect. And now we can just play out the land and pass. So we got our land drop this turn. They force pitched Uro. Yeah, so not a super impactful card. Bowmasters, that's fine. Witherbloom has a word. If you want a Beanstalk now, that's fine with me too. Wasteland, please. Waste my Loam deck. Okay. I'm not going to do it. I want a fresh card. Okay, Barrow is great. But I am going to take a turn to waste them. So let's cast Witherbloom. I'll mill 3. I will destroy their Bowmaster. Okay, we'll get a Wasteland back. Second Wasteland has entered the chat. I'll just do it during their upkeep. I do think it's correct to go after green here. Yeah, green and white seems good. I'm much less concerned about things like Thoughtseize, Bowmasters. Okay, they found another land. I am going to keep waste locking them. I'll bring out Baragwayf later. My main goal is to just exhaust their resources, which they've got a lot of lands in their deck, but we will get through them eventually. It makes sense to fetch upkeep. Just get another land in the graveyard, just in case we don't flip one. I guess I could do it after upkeep. It doesn't really matter. I think this is just get some basics time. So I will dredge. And now I'm just going to get this back. And one of the reasons is I want to clear a path for Bowmaster. Urza Saga is nice. Yeah. And I'm aware that like taking this strategy may be taking too long. I guess next turn I could go for Barrow. I just want them to fetch and get a white source so that I can waste that. Yeah, there we go. So I'm going to waste that, and then I think like we don't really have to worry about Leyline mining, but like Plow could still be in their deck. I'll just discard a fetch. Okay, so they tap for white, blue. Okay, another Brainstorm. A third of their deck is now in exile. Another green source. I think we just go to the white. I do have a wasteland. I can go to the white and Baraglyph this turn. I do think it'd be greedy for me to not Loam just in case they do find some sort of anti-graveyard card. So I'll play this out. I'm going to go ahead and Barrow. I just don't want them to like daze it. That would be embarrassing. And if they force this, then we'll just... Okay, scooped. Great. Thank you for doing that, dear wife. I was like really low on time. Okay. So I think this game goes the same way. Leyline of the Void is clearly really good against them. It stops basically all their threats other than Endurance. And I think 2 Baraglyph was right. Like we wanted to draw 1. We may want a 3rd one just to get the game done a little faster. It's also possible that they bring in Leyline against me if they have it. So taking out a Loam might be good insurance against that. We still have the Witherblooms, which are live whether there's a Leyline out or not. Man, this has been a blast of a league so far. Hope you're enjoying it. Okay, so this is not a Leyline hand. This is a turn 2 Lily with a subsequent turn 2 Lily. I think we mulligan this. If I get a Loam, that changes things a little bit. I'm not feeling this. I'm going to mulligan in. My opponent mulled as well. This is the best hand we've looked at. The Thoughtseize is pretty good. They're on 6 cards. If we take one more mull, it might be the one with the Leyline. I want the Leyline. All right, there's the Leyline. This is fine. This is actually what I wanted with Loam. I'm going to keep this. We're going to put back Lily, Edict, because we're not going to need it for a while, and then Witherbloom. Or actually, I might just put back Loam just in case they have a Leyline of their own. Yeah, I'm going to do that. That may seem weird, but Witherbloom is like a guaranteed thing. Yeah, and they didn't have it, so maybe it was incorrect. This also kind of like plays around Endurance. If they have that, another Leyline. Yeah, we're going to be drawing those. I think we just go basic Swamp, basic Forest for these first 2 draws. I want them to play out the Witherbloom so I can get a 2-for-1 for sure. So like either a Bowmaster or a Beanstalk. Witherbloom loves eating up both of those. It wouldn't be atrocious to just cast a second Leyline from hand. Like they may have some sort of enchantment removal, or they Leyline our Leyline with their Leyline binding. I can't technically turn off my auto yields to save time because they could like take advantage of that by wasting me, and I wouldn't be able to respond. I think it's probably safe. Since we have the Witherbloom, we're definitely getting a land back. I'm going to go ahead and Surveil. I mean, they could have like Force and then also have a Wasteland, and that would be pretty catastrophic. But I do want to dig to some action, and if I find a Loam and put it in the bin, that's so good. Also, if I draw this, it's so bad. I do want that. I think we cast it. Yeah, I'm going to cast it. I am kind of like risking them Thoughtseizing, or them wasting me here. Okay. They do have a Wasteland. That's bad news. Prismatic Ending, Force. I'm going to take the bargain because that does the most if they draw into it. They're almost certainly just going to waste me here, which will be humiliating. But I do have a lot of lands in my deck. All right, let's hope that Urza Saga hits something. Or let's hope we hit a land for this Urza Saga, rather. This is not good. Not good at all. Well, we can get a Mox, but no, we would need a land. We can't do anything. This is embarrassing. Opponent is not doing anything either, but they do have a better hand than us. So this is going to be a 0 value. Yeah. I guess I will float, and we will go get something. What are we going to get? I think we have a Haywire Mine in there. Yeah, I think I just get this Nile Spellbomb and draw through it. Like, it's embarrassing, but I think it's true. Yeah, we'll just wait and see if they want to target it. Actually, I'm not going to wait because I want to make a land drop this turn. I'm just going to go get an Underground Sea. They probably have one more Wasteland in their 75, or in their yeah, I said Underground Sea. I meant Bayou because we're playing green today instead of blue. All right, my goodness. And at this point, like, just to get a land out, I will. If they don't play anything, I'll still do the Witherbloom. I just don't want to miss any more land drops. Because Lily's coming in 2 turns. They'll have Force for it. Okay, Life from the Loam. Love it. They may be inclined to force it. I'm just going to go ahead and get the Bayou. not going to play scared. And then we'll hold this Witherbloom for, potential Bowmaster later. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Great use of clock. Just not tapping the right mana. Be excellent. All right. Why, yes, I always refer to myself in the third person. They force. They could Leyline Prismatic end this in a turn or two. Little do they know that I have 2 more Leylines. Okay. Yeah, that works. We'll pass. If you draw a Wasteland, we're back to doing nothing for a few turns. But yeah, that would be embarrassing. If they draw a Wasteland, I'll probably just take a natural draw instead of Loaming, because I wouldn't be able to cast the Loam. So the card they pitched to force was another force, I think. So I think their hand is just Prismatic Ending 4 unknowns. I'm going to get that back. Okay, let's try it. 1, 2, 3. We'll get the Wasteland as well. Okay, it worked. Now, I think I'm safe to just go ahead and waste their White Force. This removes the likelihood of them drawing Leyline Mining. They may already have it. Okay, now we pass. And I'll get Lily going later. I just want to try to deal with their lands first. Okay, they found another land. Trop. Okay, it's not a White Source. Interesting. Endurance. That's fine. I can just Lily minus, assuming they don't have a force. They do have Prismatic Ending if they find another. I'm going to get a force here just in case. Lily, do you have a force? Let's get rid of her. 4 minutes on the clock. I was F6 through my turn. And then F6 through their turn. That is a great thing about playing non-blue decks, is you can often just F6. They have 5 cards. We don't have Wastelock anymore. There's the Beanstalk. I will Witherbloom that. Another Lily. I think I'm going to start by plussing. Then I'll just discard this fetch. Green. Witherbloom. Cast. I'm going to mill myself, and I'm going to destroy that Beanstalk. Oh my goodness. Did I mistap again? Black. I may not have time to win this. I feel like we're solidly winning this. Thanks to Leyline of the Void. That card has been insane. I'll just grab this land. Now I'm going to Urza Saga. And we're going to pass. And we can start creating constructs and start winning the game. They play a lot of land. I wouldn't be surprised if they're playing 22, 23 lands, which is way more than I play in my control decks. Now they got white, so they can Prismatic End this, which is fine because I've got another one. All right, that's an end for 1. Yeah, I'll do that. Let's go ahead and I'm going to make it, and I'm going to pass. Let's see. Do we just want to Lily them? I think we Lily them. I know I'm low on clock, but it feels right to do it. To restrict their resources. And I have this Loam that I can bin. Play land for turn. I'm going to go ahead and fetch now. Just get a swamp. And we'll pass. This way I can F6 through their turn. I should have gotten the Undercity Mortuary probably. Or Underground Mortuary. Beanstalk. Man, they just keep drawing stuff. But I mean, I don't know what they're actually drawing to. We've dealt with their endurance. I don't know what other creatures they can even cast. Bowmasters would be annoying. Yeah, actually, Bowmaster's really annoying because Urza Saga, I've only got one thing. I'm going to take a natural draw. Rumble. Okay. I am going to go ahead and do this. I think it's highly likely that they just ping it with a Bowmaster. Wow, it worked. All right, I'll get a Haywire Might. Just going to go ahead and plus here. We can discard a Leyline. I'm actually just going to not use my Haywire Might. I'm going to wait. I should have rumbled, though. Yeah, I'm just desperately trying to win without, running out of time. Another Beanstalk. Land. Okay. I'm going to plus... I am going to Loam. I want to make land drops. Okay. Let's play our Urza Saga. We'll go ahead and plus first before we attack to get the last card out of their hand. If it's a Murderous Cut or something, that'd be really annoying, or a bargain. +1. And we'll discard this. Leyline of the Void. I don't care. If they break free of it, I don't have time. If they have... They can't have Bowmasters now. They're hellbent. F6. F6, F6. And we're probably not even going to bother activating Liliana anymore unless they put a creature out to block. We're just going to go create constructs and try to beat them. Their card for turn is Leyline Binding. That's a good one. I think they can buy enough time, sadly. And again, I'm not going to fault my opponent for just doing, like, taking the construct out. That's what they should do. They get 2 cards. Yeah, I don't think we're catching up. It's all about clock. It was just me not managing my clock effectively enough. I'm sure there was some like levity earlier, like those seconds that I spent chatting, that could have made the difference. Okay, this is bargain. They're going to draw a bunch of cards. I don't really know. I mean, they are going to get to, hard cast Merc levels pretty soon. We're going to get 1 Saga per turn. They could probably just find Leyline Binding in time. I guess I could just ultimate and split their permanents, since Lily's not going to be doing much else. Yeah, I'm done. I don't think we can win this. Okay, cool. Yeah, a bummer. I feel like we did a great job of locking them out. They did draw a ton of lands. I think their deck is constructed in a way where they're playing like 4 colors, this greedy mana base, but they've got a ton of land. Like, my goodness, how many lands are you playing? Okay, they're not responding, which means they've disconnected, so we're never going to know. Okay, round 4. All right, we're back for round 4. Our opponent has been playing creature heavy strategies. This hand has Smallpox, it has Life from Loam, it has Mox. This is a keep. Opponent mulls to 6. So the dream would be that we rip a land so that we can still Pox. Well, actually, yeah, we need a land so we can Loam next turn. Hopefully they play a creature. They play a Wasteland. Interesting. Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and I think I'm just going to land Thoughtseize. See, like, I don't need to give him more information. Next turn, we can Mox Diamond, Loam, and then also play a land. Yeah, let's do that. They scoop. Okay. I'm not sure what they're on that they're scooping to Thoughtseize. I guess probably just like a land-heavy hand with like maybe an initiative creature. They don't know what we're doing. I'm not going to bring in Baragwave. Well, Baragwave helps us. Let's see. Force of Vigor. I think the only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in Toxic Deluge just because we might be able to wipe their board completely. In terms of taking the initiative, it probably does make sense to bring in a Baragwave or 2. No, Haywire Might. I think Haywire Might, like we wipe the board and then we just drop a Haywire Might. Maybe that gets it done. I think now Spellbomb comes out. Again, I'm going to assume that they're on mono white initiative because that's what they've been playing recently. And if they're on aggro, like I actually don't want Thoughtseize. I'll just take out the Thoughtseizes and I'll maybe bring in another Barrow and another Barrow. Yeah. Barrow is very good at being bigger than other creatures. Let's run it. Smallpox is really good against creatures. That's what like the deck is really built around, is beating, aggro strategies. All right, this hand has Toxic Deluge. I'm going to keep, and again, this all falls apart if our opponent is on some, random strategy. I don't think we had the luxury of, we'll see what they play out, but I may not play the Underground Mortuary, even though I don't have a play, just because I'm worried that like they could, do something explosive. Okay, Plains. That is not explosive, so I think we could probably Undercity or Underground Mortuary here. And the best thing to do would have been a Loam. Thank you, Nick. All right, now they know that we have Loam. Eagles of the North. Man, is it just me or does this sound like a rock band? I'm thinking Eagles of Death Metal, which is not a death metal band, by the way. Chalice me. Please chalice me. Chromox, okay. Palace Jailer under that. Thalia. All right, Thalia works. I'm not happy about her. Just another creature that gets swept up in the deluge. Do we flip here? I don't think we do yet. I'm just going to wait. See if I can get like a, like Children's Edict's pretty good. Yeah, I'll just play out lands and be patient. Now we can get our basics if they start wasting us. They get the initiative, that's very scary. We don't have an easy way to get it back. Ancient Tomb. Thalia comes in for a hug. Don't waste us. Eventually we can, clear the board. Esper Sentinel. That doesn't stop us from casting spells. It just makes spells more expensive. Yeah, I think I'll actually take this because this is something I can do this turn. I can Loam stuff back. It doesn't really matter. Okay, we put a bunch of stuff that we probably actually would have rather drawn in the graveyard. I think I'm just going to go get basic forest, basic swamp, and I'm just going to... No, wait, I can't loam because they'll draw a card. I'm just going to pass. Then if absolutely... Let's see. Whenever an opponent casts the first non-creature spell each turn... Yeah, I don't want to give him a card. We're just going to hope that this Toxic Deluge is the mother of all, like play out a bunch of stuff, please. Don't you want to beat me down? You need more creatures to beat me down than that. You're only doing 3 a turn. That's it? Oh, they're not overcommitting like I wanted them to. I think we take one more turn of beats. We can only Shielder's Edict if we need to save some life. I am going to go ahead and just get some lands out of my deck. I don't want to draw more lands. Okay, let's think about this. So Mox Diamond, we pay for it. Everything costs money. Or mana, rather. Yeah, so we pay 2 for this Mox. And then we could also Shielder's Edict. Hopefully getting rid of the Esper Sentinel and just chiding them to add more pressure to the board. I think I like it. So it's very important that you fetch before this trigger goes in the stack. Okay, so that's in. I will discard this. I think I'm just going to life from the Loam. Because I really do want to get a big Toxic Deluge. And this way we ensure we have a land drop next turn. And we have exactly 7 cards we don't have to discard. Okay. They are playing extremely patiently. I have to commend them for not committing anything further to the board. There we go. There we go. All right. Palace Jailer. You have the Monarch, but I'm going to kill your board. Yeah, they get the card here. I don't know if we can race this, actually, because we have to pay 2 life to clear this stuff. I think it's correct to Loam just because this gives us more looks at finding Urza Saga, which we will need. Let's see. We're going to pay 5, or we're going to pay 3 life, but we need to pay 5 mana this turn. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and Loam. Okay. Yeah, that's good. That's the Urza Saga. Okay, so I don't think we have the luxury of waiting any longer. Play this out so I can go get us. Actually, if I get the initiative, I'll want a swamp, so I'll just get a Bayou. All right, and if they have something that suddenly buffs their creatures, I'm going to be very humiliated and I'll just concede. Okay, they didn't have it. All right. So now they're drawing cards from that. We have Shielder's Edict for the next threat. If they have like a big initiative creature, we can go get the Urza Saga and eventually try to take over that way. I don't know if Peacekeeper is okay. We can just Lily that. I'm going to go ahead and fetch before this comes out, just in case they name a fetch. I don't think that's likely. This is one of those matchups where having Bowmaster in our deck would be really good. So they can't really stop us here because we can loam and we put the Urza Saga out. They do have play Wasteland, so they might be able to waste before we can get the constructs. But we'll just keep doing it. They name Liliana the Veil. Okay, and they have another creature. Elite Spellbinder is going to hit our Edict. And then we're going to take a lot of damage next turn. Man, this is not working out like we wanted it to. Okay, so they get a card. I do need to... No, I don't need a Loam here because I already have it in hand. So I'll draw. Okay, another Loam. That's not really what we want. So let's see. 1, 2... Oh, yeah, I'll just go ahead and Loam. I'm just going to get back the Urza Saga. I guess I can get back these little cards. It doesn't really matter. They'll just be discarded in the end step. We are going to play the Urza Saga out. Oh, wait. Yeah, we have 5, so we can do this. This costs 3. Spells cast cost 2 more. It's 2, right? Cost 2 more. Okay, so the ability costs 2 more as well. So we do need to go ahead and Shielder's Edict first. They're almost certainly going to sack the Spellbinder. It will have done its job. Then they hit us for 3. They draw a card. Yeah, the fact that it makes the Lily cost 2 more to activate as well, in addition, is probably going to win them this game. I'll just do this now. Okay, so we'll take at least 3. If they have, like, the initiative guy, we'll take 4. We'll never be able to use Liliana. I mean, technically we will if they just brick and draw, like, lands and interaction spells. We could just pay all of our mana to use Liliana, but I think it's important that we get the initiative or the Monarch from them. That may not even be an option here. Okay, so they can take one of these lilies out of our hand, but they have another creature, so we'd lose. Because, yeah, they just sack the not. They keep this around and they sack that. We have to pay 5, and then we have to pay 2 more to activate. So we use all 7 of our mana just to do that. Let's see what we draw. Smallpox actually does it in a weird way. So what we do, we Smallpox. That clears this. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We still don't have enough. Wait. They're going to sack this, and then we can create a dude and block for a turn. I think we do have enough mana for that. We're going to lose one of our precious life here. Okay. They brought in Leyline against us. That's good to know about. I'll select that. Now we have a blocker for the turn. We're just doing everything we can to survive, friends. We could regrow the underground mortuary and play it. I think that's fine. And I'll just take another creature just in case, or another card. I'll take all these. It doesn't matter. And if they have a way to remove this, like a, it's not what we're looking for. We're looking for explicitly like, you know, removal. Legendary creatures, you have +2 and ward 1. Okay. That's a really beautiful art. My goodness. That resolves. It doesn't change the fact that we're going to be able to block here. We were just clinging desperately to life. I would have conceded a long time ago, but like, just for time. But like the first game was less than a minute long. So, all right. And they get a card. I wouldn't be surprised if they had some like flash threat that they were going to put in. I don't know what the heck they're drawing over there. It seems crazy to me that the game's still going on. Okay, Mox Time is great. So let's think about this. So we can create a dude. Okay, so we need a total of 7 mana for Lily. I'm not going to play Lily. I'm going to create the construct. Okay, and now we search, and I think we just get the Retrofitter Foundry, and then we start creating things to block. We can create a flyer. Oh, we don't have Retrofitter Foundry? We just have Haywire Might? Haywire is okay. We can use to gain life. I'm going to play this out. They're going to plow there. That does suck. Yeah, that sucks. Okay, so we're not going to be able to kill them anymore. We're going to have to wait. Okay, let's think about this. If we still have a Bayou in our deck, we can play the Lily this turn even though we can't use her. And then we can chump and hit that. I think that's worth doing. I'm pretty sure we still have a Bayou. I want to make sure before I block. Okay. I'm drawing a lot of good cards we can draw here. So, we hit that. We gain 2 life. We block that. Next turn we minus Lily and we can kill their dude. Is that going to be enough? Seasoned Dungeoneer. So now this becomes unblockable. That's brutal. I don't think we can win anymore, but I'm going to try. Okay, they get the initiative. I mean, this is comedically, embarrassingly bad. Like, yeah, I don't think there's a way we can win. Okay, yeah, we treaded water really hard there. We treaded it as hard as we could. But, man, they just had, like, lots of creatures. Okay. So we saw the... Yeah, I think the Baragorfs come in. Just because, like, I mean, it's the initiative, actually. Like, they both should have come in. I think it was a mistake not to bring them in. All the creature removal stuff, the Pox, that stays in. Lily seems pretty weak. I guess I milled Retrofitter earlier, and that's why I didn't see it, but it was in the deck. Witherbloom is quite good. I don't think we need all 3 Loams. That does mean we can't live the dream with, like, the double Mox into Loam, but, like, we're not going to be wasting them. There's, like, 0 chance of waste locking the deck that has all those planes and stuff. Probably has Mox, Chrome Mox and stuff like that. Witherbloom is much better than Loam here. Okay, this hand is pretty damn good. We don't have any recursion other than the Witherbloom command. I'm going to keep it, though. And I'm going to hope they don't have too explosive of a hand. Yeah, we don't actually have double black for Smallpox, so we'll probably lead with Momentum Breaker. But if they give us something like a Mox or something to Witherbloom, you better believe I'm going to do that. In an absolute crisis, we can always Ghost Quarter ourselves, but I don't want to do that. All right. Esper Sentinel. All right. I think we just give him a card. I want to move this game forward. I could just chill and instep. We have land. I think it's fine to wait. I could be making a huge... Let's think. What if they played Thalia? Then we're in well, then we could hit Thalia instead. Yeah, I'm going to wait. I can surveil. If they play a Wasteland, I won't surveil, but I'd like to get the surveil out of my decks just so I don't have to worry about drawing it. Come in for a hug. Ancient Tomb. Elite Spellbinder. Yeah, I'm going to let it resolve. I'm not sure what they're going to take. Witherbloom's definitely the strongest card in the hand. I bet you they're going to take that. So now we can 3 for 3 them with Smallpox, which feels pretty good. Yeah, Witherbloom. Okay, let's go get our surveil. I'm actually going to keep this just in case, just as an insurance policy, because we're about to Smallpox, so we'll lose a card. I'm just going to discard the Ghost Quarter. Okay. I will discard this. I don't think they're going to go after our mana. I want to keep all my colors. Yeah. I'll sack the Forest. Okay. And they kept the white, which is good because it means they've got a slower hand. Wasteland. Okay. They want to waste me. That's okay. I can wait. I mean, this is an annoying card, though, for sure. Okay. They opted not to do it, which is interesting. I think I just used the Momentum Breaker here because I don't want to lose the land. I'll just go get another Bayou. And the incidental life gain could be very relevant here. All right, it's dead. We'll pass. Yeah, they probably don't want to Wasteland me here. If they play out a creature, I will Smallpox make it. They know it's coming, though. If we find a land, we can Witherbloom. Barrow. Let's do it. Barrow is quite strong on this board. Hopefully they don't have a plow. I doubt they have plows in their deck. Wait, they did plow last game. Okay, they do have a plow. Yeah, that's fine. We get the life. I mean, it's not going to be fine later when they get the initiative and I have no creatures left in my deck, but I've got 3 more of those Barrows. Elite Spellbinder is going to name Smallpox, sadly. Okay, we will eventually cast those. Come on, lands. We got a lot of them in our deck. All right, perfect. So I think now we just do Witherbloom and we pay for it. And soon we can start poxing again and going after their lands. Ghost Quarter is tempting, but let's just take this Forest. It's pain-free, and I'm running kind of low on vegetables. Now pass. Now they're in the conundrum of, like, do I play a creature into a known Smallpox? Yep. It doesn't look like they're going to do it. They're just going to chill, which makes total sense. All right, Wasteland is great. I think if I Wasteland their Wasteland, then we take them off mana. I think it's okay to do that. Yeah, I know it feels bad to do this because it's a 2-for-1, but I'm going to do it. I don't want them to have a lot of land. I'm just going to add mana. I think I'm just going to go ahead and go after their mana base here. Because we have to pay 4. I've got plenty of land. Yeah, just get them down to 1 land. I mean, they could just drop like, I don't know. It feels pretty bad, actually. But I think it's correct because it just takes so much. Yeah, do we want to get rid of... I'll get rid of this. Yeah, hopefully they won't tax me anymore. That was the free land that I got earlier. Oh, man, maybe that was a mistake. I think that was greedy. I had forgotten that I also had to sack my own land. Yeah, okay. All right, well, if they just find, like, Wasteland, we're pretty screwed because of that punt. It was just, like, straight up punt. Okay, they don't have lands. We're lucky. Come on, Loam. Yes! Sorry if that was loud. I am very happy. This is perfect. The game is over, in my mind. Okay, so let's get back... I mean, we can get back Ghost Quarter and start hitting all their basics. And I will take a Bayou and a Wasteland just in case they go after my graveyard after this. I do want to be able to go after their other lands too. Okay, and then I think it's fine to just start Ghost Quartering them. How many planes do they have in their deck? A lot of initiative decks play like 3 or 4. I think I'll just do it during their upkeep. This is going to reduce the amount of lands they're drawing to as well. If they float a white, but this is during upkeep. They need an instant speed thing. Okay, they get another land. Do you have an instant speed thing? Okay. I will eventually run them out of land. I think that's more effective than... yeah, I think it's more effective than killing them. Because they need a lot of mana to do their thing with that deck. Let's see how they react to this. Okay, and now we'll just Loam again, and we'll get both the Wasteland and the Ghost Quarter. And maybe like a Forest. We have a Bayou. It doesn't really matter. I'll get the Forest. Okay. Now we can pass. So they get a turn where they potentially have 2 or 3 mana. Okay, Wasteland. That's fine. I have more than enough land in my deck right now. I will go ahead and just Loam again, just to make sure. Okay. So I think the simple thing to do is just put this Bayou. Loam again. I think it was a mistake for them to waste me there, by the way. Like wasting into an open Loam situation. Not going to go well. We don't even have to discard. Okay, they found another land. I'm going to start ghost quartering them again. I'll take a natural draw this turn. Okay, Urza Saga is quite good. Do we just want to play with the Urza Saga instead of ghost quartering them? I think we can do that. Then we have Momentum Breaker, which I can crack in-step with the mana if I need to. They've used 2 of their Wastelands. Chrome Box is fine. So we do have Momentum Breaker for their next spell. If it's like Elite Spellbinder, that could be a problem. Seasoned Dungeoneer under the thing. Anointed Peacekeeper. Yep, this is the card. They'll probably just name Momentum Breaker since I have it out. So according to this, they play 4 planes as of April. So I'm not sure if maybe it was correct for me to Momentum Breaker. So actually I have to pay 4 mana for that. Okay. I do have 4 mana. So I'll just wait. It's 2 extra or 3 extra? 2 extra. Okay. Well, I can just Momentum Breaker this. Okay. I am going to just Momentum Breaker it. I believe I can do that. Yep. So you lose that. And we played our land for turn. I've got 4 minutes left. Okay, they're passing. This is good. Oh, wait. No, that was just their upkeep. Okay. So now I think they're out of planes. I'm going to start ghost quartering them each turn. I'll create a construct. Okay, then we'll go get a... They're going to do something here. Plow is fine. I think I'm going to get the thing and just hit their Mox. Oh, is it already in the graveyard? I'm going to get a Mox Diamond. Okay, so I can just play a Lily and plus her. I think that's fine. Then next turn I can get back Life from Loam. Got 3 minutes on the clock. I do need to close. Okay, plane cycling. Do they have planes left in their deck? No? Oh, they do. Okay. I still think it's a good strategy to do that, to hit their planes. Do I? I don't know. I don't think I have time for it. They're drawing 1 card a turn. They don't have the initiative or anything. Let's go ahead and Life from the Loam. Yeah, I'm not going to do that strategy. I'm just going to beat them. Okay, so we'll play the Saga. I'll plus here. We'll discard Mortuary. I'm going to go ahead and just do this now. So reduce our lands a little bit. Next turn, I guess I could Ghost Quarter them. It's free to kind of do it on the way out. They don't have any more lands. Okay. So given enough time, we would definitely be able to win. We will win. They are going to run out of lands. But, yeah, Wasteland. That's fine. At this point, they're just buying time. Okay, so I'll play the Urza Saga, and we'll pass. Yeah, and I think I actually might not have time to win, sadly. Just going to have 6. I'm not even going to plus Lily. Here's a creature. Run a Peacekeeper. I can minus Lily to kill him. Okay, notably, I'm not using Loam just because I need to be mindful of time. I'll create the construct. I'm going to hit their land, and I'm going to pass. 1 minute on the clock, 40 seconds. 1 minute 40. And again, I'm just like I'm hoping that these constructs just overpower them. I could be wrong. They could have more gas off the top. Okay, I am going to Loam here. I want to get another Urza Saga. I'll go ahead and create the artifact. I'm going to swing in. I'll plus, discard whatever you have in your hand. It's probably like an instant that removes my artifact. Yep, that's fine. All right. Discard this. And I don't have time to do anything else now. We're just hoping that they can't disrupt my tokens. I'll go ahead and plus now. Just have to hit them twice. F6. Come on. F6. 27 seconds. Every little trigger is checking my clock. Do you have something that you can throw in front of this? If you do, it'll only be able to block for a turn. 15 seconds. Come on. Don't give me latency now. 14, 13. Okay. All right. If they have the thing, the game's over. Okay. Wow. Oh my goodness. That was freaking grindy. And I'll remind you, the first game was literally just Thoughtseize over. So I think game 2, I hung in there way too long and grinded. So the lesson to me that I take away from this is don't try for like hopeless games or like where you're like 5%, even 10%. Like just get it to the next game and hope to win that. But we're 2-0. Let's go to the final round. Or 2-1. Or 2-2, sorry. This is the final round. We got an even record. We're fighting for the positive record. Final round, we're up against an unknown opponent. I'm going to take the draw. I know that's crazy, but like, I think Pox, if there's any deck that wants to take the like play second, it's Pox. This hand is fine. This is a Thoughtseize hand. We have Malevolent Rumble to tie the room together. We got basics. I think we're going to be able to cast our spells. Let's keep. So turn 1, Thoughtseize. Turn 2, Rumble into Hopeful Loam Mountain. Welder. Okay. That's a good card to start off with. Let's hope they do not have the combo. We have Momentum Breaker for it if we get a turn. Like, I did get turn 2. I don't know if I was filming that, but like my opponent like turn 2 paintered me through a wasteland. I wasted their Ancient Tomb. They painter. I waste the Ancient Tomb. Okay. So Magus actually can't be beaten. What is this? This is Grindstone? Okay. If we put Magus in the graveyard, we don't have to worry about it. I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to get a forest, and then we won't have to worry about it later. But, like, I mean, could they have played it out? Not necessarily, but they could have. Like, if they just drew Ancient Tomb, that would be humiliating. That we had the opportunity to take it, and we just didn't. Volcanic Fissure. Here comes the Amulet. Okay. This is a cool card. And this does combo with Welder, I believe. So I think I am going to just grab a forest here, and then I'm just going to kill this thing. Wait, what does this mean? They can play a Welder? Whenever you cast a spell from anywhere other than your hand, this artifact deals 1 damage to each opponent. Exile the top card of your library. Oh, man. My Kingdom for a freaking Witherbloom here. If we draw Witherbloom, it'll be so cracked. We can take out both of those. I don't think it's going to happen. Okay, it didn't happen. I'm going to Momentum Breaker this, and that'll give us just a little bit of extra time. All this deck is really trying to do is buy time. Okay. So we have Wasteland for this land. Malevolent Rumble, and maybe we can Waste Lock them. They do have a lot of non-basics for a monocolor deck. Okay, there's the Amulet. The Grindstone, okay. So their hand is Red Blast, 1 unknown. Witherbloom would still be insane. Loam. Loam's not bad. So Loam was what I was going to try to find off Rumble. If we Rumble, we could still Loam. I think that I like that. Let's Rumble and see what we find. If we find another breaker, I think we just take the Saga here. Okay. And then, yeah, I didn't really want the Ghost Quarter. Did I say we could? Yeah, we can technically Loam off this. We could also just Rumble a second time and then get a bigger Loam. We could also waste this and just restrict their options. We have Waste Lock now. I think that's better, and I'll just keep this out for the subsequent turn. This way, it reduces the likelihood. Let's see. Tap, exile the top card of your library. You may they can keep doing this. Oh, wait. They already did that with their energy, so they can't do it again. It's just sitting there. Okay. Momentum Breaker. Perfect. So I am going to start by Momentum Breakering to get rid of this. They don't have a graveyard in the an artifact in the graveyard to use here. And then what I can do is I can Loam after that. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to leave the Ghost Quarter in the yard. They have probably at least 4 or 5 mountains in their deck, so I don't think it's worth using that this game. Next turn we have Urza Saga, and we can just go ahead and play out the Retrofitter or waste them. Okay, they're not doing anything. This is good. Urza Saga ticks up. Do we want to Loam? I don't actually think we Loam. I'm looking for more like creature removal spells. Okay, Mox Diamond is phenomenal. I'm really glad I didn't Loam. Okay, now we can do like a lot. So let's Mox first. I'll just discard this land. I can go ahead and Rumble. I haven't played a land yet, so yeah, I can Rumble. I think it's better than playing out this Retrofitter. We can always play it out next turn. Liliana of the Veil. I think that's good. I mean, we could just play that now and start leveling it up. I think it's better to just play the construct and start beating them. So I'll just plan to construct here. And we can keep this around for later. Yeah, there's scoop. Okay. Yeah, that was pretty dominant. Okay, so Force of Vigor comes in. Disruptor Flute comes in. I think Baragorn comes in. There's Stompy deck. Toxic Deluge can come in, but I'm not a fan of it. Because usually they just have a few creatures, and you manage those. Haywire Might definitely comes in. I think Retrofitter is slow. Now Spellbomb's live. Retrofitter, we just haven't had mana to use this is the thing. Like it feels really clunky. I'm not sure that it's the right artifact to be playing in Loam Pox because we've always had tons of stuff to do with our mana. I'm trying to think of situations during this league where we've just been like, oh, I guess we'll see what we draw. Like we always how often do I even use my Momentum Breaker? I almost never even use it because I just don't have the mana. Okay, Disruptor Flute definitely comes in here. So we need to cut 8 cards. On the draw, Thoughtseize, they are an aggro deck. I think Thoughtseize is mediocre. It saved us there, but like on the draw, I guess we put ourselves on the draw. Smallpox is great. These edict effects, I think we want to keep them all. There's a decent chance they bring in Leyline, so I'll cut a Loam. Maybe I cut 2 Looms. Loam is so good, though. No, we're not going to waste lock them. I'll take out a Loam. And then I just need to make 1 more cut, or 2 more cuts. I think I'll cut a Lily since I'm bringing in the Barrows. I can cut Ghost Quarter. It sucks to cut a land because you do want to have 27 to turn on your Mox, but Ghost Quarter is just atrocious against them. Yeah, like Ghost Quarter really comes out against the and like that monocolored deck. Like you could I Ghost Quartered them a bunch and they just had so many lands. This is a phenomenal hand. Yeah, Haywire Might is an answer to their combo. We just chill till we get a green card for Force of Vigor. Yeah, I think this is fine. I am gonna have to. I'll probably get a basic Swamp. I'll get a basic Swamp if they don't just immediately moon me. Okay, Welder. Okay. Basic Swamp into Haywire Might. And now we have stuff answered. Next turn we can get the basic Forest. Crystal Vein. Disruptor Flute. Okay. Put lots of things out that I can kill, please, with my Force of Vigor later. I'll be so happy if they name Haywire Might with this. They may name like Wasteland. Haywire Might. All right. That is a deal. This land, I mean, it doesn't tap for a lot of mana. I feel like we hold out and use our Wasteland on Urza Saga. I just want to go ahead and Momentum Breaker them. We're just kind of buying our time until we draw a green card for Force of Vigor. Momentum Breaker has been pretty awesome throughout the whole league. We didn't get to show it off against Show and Tell, but like imagine your opponent cast Show and Tell and you just have this chilling in your hand and you put it in and then they have to sacrifice their Shieldred or whatever, or their Emrakul or whatever. That'd be pretty sweet. All right, and Haywire Might's going to help us get our speed up to max. Not that I think this is going to come down to life total. I think it's going to come down to them trying to painter us. They may have the painter combo, which would be a reason why they named that. Engineer. Okay, we have another Momentum Breaker. But this does put, combo parts in the graveyard. I think at this point, if they don't play out of land, I am going to go ahead and waste the Crystal Vein. Okay, yeah, and wasting it will keep them off that. Let's go ahead and waste them. And we will go ahead and Breaker them again. Let's go in for a hug. Next turn, we have Baragorn. We could have Baragorn this turn, but no, you don't leave Goblin Engineer on the table or Welder. I have eminent respect for those cards. Lava Spur Boots. If that's all you have, I am over the moon. Okay, Force Vigor to Force Vigor, so we can do that now. I think it does make sense to kind of... Yeah, I'll just do this and barrel. I'll come in for a hug first. And now we have a very good insurance plan against them comboing us somehow from 1 mana. Also worth noting that Force of Vigor puts several new types in the graveyard, or at least 1 new type. Painter Servant, okay. I think we just hit the Flute and the Painter Servant here. I mean, I could just untap and do it. I think that's smarter. I'm going to do it pre-combat. I think this is probably going to prompt a concession. It's pretty swingy. And right when my MTGO is grinding to a halt. All right. Wow, that guy is a 5/6 now. We didn't hit, but I don't expect to hit. They have Thespian Stage. Scary. Okay, Painter Servant. So we'll just get rid of it again. And we'll hit the Lava Spur Boots while we're at it. And then we'll keep hitting with the Baraglyph. Okay, Mox Diamond. Chosen color is blue. Okay, well, I'm going to just go ahead and do this now. I do want to max damage. There is maybe something they could do here. I don't know. We've got so much life that I actually don't know if they can win even if they do like a Merit Lage thing, if that's what they're working on over there. Megas, sure. You are perfectly within your rights to keep playing. Okay, but we don't have to. We can just end this now. I believe that's the end. Okay, 3-2. That final one was very decisive. I think we have a good painter matchup. I do think 3 Witherblooms is good. You could even go to 4. Let's take a look at the deck, if MTGO will let me. It's spinning. Yeah, we got a treasure chest. Not bad for a deck that nobody plays. Like, there are literally 0 results with Loam Pox. Or let's check MTGO, or MTG Top 8. Okay, so first, for the past 2 weeks, I'm not going to, but there are 0. I think there are people playing other versions of Pox, like two Pox decks, all 2025 decks. Let's take a look. Let's see, Pox is correctly labeled as a control deck. Not all control decks have force. And you can see here, all these decks, I don't know if any of them are Loam Pox decks. Not a single life from the Loam among these bold players who are taking Pox to tournaments. So yeah, like it's a dark horse. If you like playing decks that are not necessarily favored against the meta, but like are really fun to play, like that one, I think that was a very fun league. There were some kind of dull parts, but yeah, man, I'm just glad I didn't time out in that penultimate round. Okay, so changes that could be made to the deck. Again, Retrofitter feels super slow. I hate to say it, but it does. It just, I mean, technically it's a win con that doesn't involve Now Spellbomb, and that might be a reason to keep it. But it felt super slow. Like I never felt like I had mana to dump into it. I don't know the Ghost Quarter is good enough. I mean, even in that, 4-color land deck, like it didn't feel good. I will say that we definitely want a second Mortuary, and maybe you just cut a Bayou for that. So there are some flex slots in here. Like I think a second Now Spellbomb is fine. We didn't run into like graveyard strategies, but it's pretty good. Okay, so let me show you what I think we should do. Instead of playing that artifact that kind of sucks, I think maybe we do want to actually play a second Now Spellbomb. Here's what I think we do. This is a much better alternate win con is Nethergoyf. Nethergoyf can keep coming back turn after turn. The mana base supports him. Like, you have tons of different types. Nethergoyf is frequently like a 6/7, right? Like, I mean, it's crazy how big he gets. You just play a couple of these, and then boom, your deck is like so much more streamlined. You're not playing bad cards like Retrofitter Foundry. You could even drop like one of the Now Spellbombs because you have like tons of ways of finding it off the Urza Saga. But then you could get into situations where you don't have a land in hand when your Urza Saga goes off, and you can't get the bonus artifact off Mox. I think it's better to just play 2 Now Spellbombs. So what do we cut for that? I mean, we could go down to 26 lands. I don't think we need this many lands. We cut the quarter. I know that's probably sacrilege. The 10 Pox players in the world are like clutching their pearls at the notion of not playing that, but like it feels bad. I understand. Like, you are still reducing their resources dramatically through smallpox and restricting their play, even if you're not getting the flawless victory of them having 0 permanence at the end of the game. The main thing is, like, your land drops are extremely precious with this deck. Haywire Might was great. Definitely came up. You could go down to just 1 Rumble. It is pretty good, though. Like, now that we added the Nethergoyf, I think it's very good. I frequently was, begging for Witherbloom to be delivered to the top of my deck. It's really good against Painter. It's really good against Blue-Black Tempo. I think if I had to cut a card, I'd probably just cut this Momentum Breaker. But the whole theme of the deck is like creatureless decks. Like, you can still make them discard a card. That to me feels more powerful than Shieldred's Edict. But I don't want to cut a Shieldred's Edict. Maybe we cut a Lily. The dream is to get her on the table, but like, you don't want to draw 2 of her usually. And she is like an entire turn cycle, and she's going to get dazed and stuff. Yeah, I think I'd play it like this. If you want me to do another league with it, leave a comment leave a comment like play more Loam Pox. I will. I love this deck. I don't want you to be bored sitting there. Oh, he's wasting again. Oh, he's loaming again. Okay, he's wasting again. No, like if you like that, then let me know because I love playing this type of deck. It is a brain buster of a deck. Like I'm sure Lands is a brain buster of a deck too. I haven't really played Lands, but like Pox, there's just something visceral about like taking so much from your opponent that you just feel giddy. Until next time, be excellent to each other and party on.